my dear faithful, in the Old Testament, we had the reading of Jonas. Jonas went to the city of Nineveh. It was a pagan city, and they did penance right away. They converted right away. They were bad pagans before. They were, very fierce barbarians. The Ninevites, they destroyed many civilizations, many cities. They plundered all around. They were very cruel people. But Jonas comes one day, and he opens his mouth, do penance and everything, and they all do penance. Jonas says, in 40 days the city is going to be destroyed, and then the king puts on a sackcloth, ashes, and they make complete fast, not eating anything. And the king says, everybody fast, even the children, the old people, the animals, the beast, everybody in my court, myself, my wife, my concubine, everybody, my eunuchs, everybody fasts. The whole city did penance right away, immediately. And I think this is a reason for us to believe that the harvest of soul is not yet taken, and there are plenty of souls to be brought into the harvest of God, into the granaries of God from Asia. Because these people, when I sit in the train, like yesterday I was sitting in the train, there was two young men, they smiled at me and they did me that gesture, So I told them, Shim-sama. And then they laughed. But there is I couldn't sense any hostility, just curiosity. That all these people have never had any prophet Jonas to come to them and tell them to do penance. They are in complete state of complete ignorance. Like those poor Ninevites, who once they got one prophet, and Prophet Jonas was furious. He went to Spain instead of going to the Nineveh, and he disobeyed God, and that's why he had to be tossed into the waters because of the tempest, and swallowed by the whale and everything. But he was furious. He didn't want to go there because he knew that they would convert. He knew that they would believe, and it would be the shame of the chosen people. And then God taught him a lesson, Don't you know that these people, they don't even know the difference between their right hand and their left hand? And I can have pity on them if I want. And so it is, I think, with many people in the human race. Now things are going to be heat up. There will be a war. There will be something. But I think afterwards, all those people that were left behind will be at last evangelized by a resurgent Catholic Church at the hands of Russia, a country that is going to have lots of influence after some time. The other piece of news I wanted to tell you is that Bishop Philly says there are no negotiations with Rome, either officially or in a hidden way. Unfortunately, he has the priest who is in charge of the relationship with a canonical relationship with Rome is Father Angles. He's very round, he's very fat. He's like when they saw him in Rome, they said he's like a ball. And he went in clergyman, and he was spotted at the congregation of the religious in order to talk about the future of the SSPX within the Novus Ordo Church, how it's going to be, what's going to be their status and their canonical recognition there. He was spotted by some of our friends there, and then the employees of this congregation in Rome told yes, he came in order to arrange the canonical status of the society in the Novus Ordo. And that's Father Angles. And it fit the description. Yes, he was a clergyman and very fat in Spanish. And when he was spotted in those days in Rome, he was not in Ireland. Father Pfeiffer told me he was gone from Ireland at the end of February and beginning of March. And that's when he was spotted in Rome. And Father Angles is a canonical advisor of Bishop Philly. So how can Bishop Philly say there are no negotiations taking place? And then we see his canonical advisor setting up the future of the XSPX at the Novus Ordo. Because, they have their spies, but we also have our spies. We also try to find out the truth. And providentially, he was caught. And we know what he was doing there. That's a very interesting development. And we have the proof, the evidence. So that's quite amazing. And Father Pfluger said in Germany, and he said in France, he told the brothers, the deal is signed this summer. And then also Dici, there's a change. In Dici now they are kind of praising almost Pope Francis. They say the cardinals are bad, it's Father Laurent's old tune. Cardinals and bishops are bad, some of them are bad, but the Pope is not that bad. With Francis, maybe bad, but not that bad. That is, we can work with him. Amazing. Whereas the Novus Ordo is getting really worse. I mean, Father Trincardo sent me a picture that I showed you of the lesbians having their baptisms in a Catholic church. So the Novus Ordo is getting really worse. Really, really bad. So keep the faith, be strong, grow up in the faith, and then pray for the conversion of Japan. You know, I do believe that there is the harvest of souls is not finished, and then plenty of souls to be harvested in the future from Asia, because the West is corrupted. Asia is also corrupted, but it's like in Nineveh. You know, if they get a prophet, they never had the chance of having really prophets to tell them to do penance. They were always crushed by the persecutions of the Tokugawa and the other persecutions, and so they were always killed in the bud. But if a prophet shows up for Asia, I do believe there will be a great harvest of souls. When? We don't know when, but that's when I read Nineveh, when I see your people, that's the way I sense. It's my personal opinion, and I hope I'm not wrong on that one. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Ghost. Amen.